What? Hey, what's up guys, HedgehogRider here with a bit of a different format. I didn't really have the How I Draw for this week finished yet, so I thought I'd do like a story time sort of thing. I want to separate it from the HedgehogRider playlist though, so I'm probably just going to call it Hedge. Or Story Time Hedge, or like, what, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see my zero eye here though. It's kind of neat, I got it recently. Set? But anyways, yeah, so I wanted to talk about a thing, it's kind of a thing that's interesting, I guess, maybe. I wear wizard rings at work, which is nice. If you don't know me, if you know me on Twitter, I guess, you know that Kamen Rider Wizard is one of my favorite ultra... What is going on today? You would know that Kamen Rider Wizard is one of my favorite Kamen Rider series, it's right behind Den-O and Forze. But it's weird because I separate Kuga through Decade and then Decade through now because they feel different. But just in general, Den-O, Forze, and Wizard are my mains. Just ship them in a box, send them to me. They're my mains. They're my mains. I play them in Smash. And if they're not in Smash, then Fox only Final Destination. No. But yeah, I watched Wizard, I believe, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. That's when I first mainly got into Tokusatsu. And I remember I was sort of depressed when I was watching Wizard. But after seeing the series, I just fell in love with the characters. I fell in love with the designs. I fell in love with everything that was going on, the idea of hope. And Haruto is just one of my favorite writers now, just because I really connect with him and what he was trying to do and his hope and what he wanted to accomplish. And yeah, so Wizard just stuck with me, really. I love magic. So yeah, story time. I don't have a graphic or sound for that. So here I am, fresh out of high school, and my parents have always told me, like, once you get out of high school, we don't care what you're doing as long as you're happy, and you basically have 2 options. Either go to school, or get a job. There are reasons why I procrastinated on the school thing, so I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to get there, so I got a job. And let me tell you something, getting a job is hard. I'm sorry if I keep looking at the camera and then looking at the screen, it's really weird. Anyways, so I graduated in June of 2017, right? And from then, that's when I got my license as well. I got my license when I turned 18 because driving honestly scared me. So I decided to wait. I got my license in June. I started looking for a job from June, and it went all the way into November. And the reason why is because I'd never started looking for a job. I'd never searched for a job until 2017, so I wasn't really expecting what it would be like. So I applied for like stores like Walmart, Food Lion. Didn't get those because I didn't have any experience, which is, I would assume getting your first job is harder than any other, just because you don't really have much to put on your resume unless it's like something specific. And I always told people, like, I would do any job as long as it's not a restaurant, because I cannot deal with handling people's food. Like, something about me only being able to make like gourmet Pop-Tarts doesn't sit well with me handling someone's food. So one interesting thing is that I also applied for Office Max. Now Office Max was a job where I applied to be like a print specialist, and that didn't go too well for multiple different reasons. The only reason I applied for print specialist is because it somehow related a little bit to art in a way. The only thing is I didn't have any experience with printers at all. The most experience I've had with printing has to do with like printing out artwork or printing out pictures of like JPEGs or whatever, or like homework. So literally I went into the store, and the lady sat me down in like the furniture section of the store, and she was literally like, the very first question, she was like, "Alright, so what is your experience with printers?" And I was just like, well, when my homework's done, I like to print. When the homework's done, and sometimes the printer doesn't like print out right, so needless to say, I didn't get the job. But it was a weird thing, because when I got back into the car after the interview, I was like so upset. Not that I probably wasn't going to get the job, but mainly because I knew that if I got the job, I would be terrible at it. So then I applied for a dollar store, and I got that. The interview for that was actually surprisingly easy. I basically sat down. She was like, "All right, when can you come in?" And I'm just. Oh. Saturday. And fun fact, I got into a car crash the day before I went in for the job, which is which was the scariest moment of my life. But Everyone's fine. Everyone was fine. Nothing was hurt. Well, the cars were hurt, but no one else. No one was hurt. Everyone's fine. Huh. So in the interview for that, she told me basically like the uniform that we wear. It's not really a uniform. It's just all black. You know, like black slacks, black collar shirt. They didn't really say anything about jewelry or anything. Not that wizard rings are. I guess wizard rings are jewelry. I guess. I believe I had on the flame ring. This is flame dragon, but I had on the flame ring just because whatever. You know, I just felt like being weird. I felt like expressing my nerdism. And like that's the thing that never really bothered me. Like even at school, I would when I finished my work, I would watch Kamen Rider or I would watch Super Sentai. I would watch Ultraman. I would watch it on my computer. And it's also fun just talking to people about the different shows that we watch and getting people interested. Like I remember showing people Kamen Rider at school, and a lot of the times the reaction you'll get is either A, they'll be excited to learn about it, or B, they'll be like, oh, that's a kid show, dude. What are you doing? God, I'm friggin', are you kidding me? So you got the Blue Eyes White Dragon card? No, I don't have which is interesting because whenever I show people Ultraman, they immediately think Godzilla, but when I show them a Sentai fight, they think it's Power Rangers. Which I mean makes sense, but at the same time, like, I don't really, whatever. So yeah, I walked into the job with a wizard ring on and immediately got questioned. And people were, I think my manager asked me first, she was like, what the heck is that? And I told her, it's a ring from a Japanese show that I watch, it's called Kamen Rider, and she was like, oh, that's pretty neat. And a lot of times that is the reaction that happens. Customers will see the ring and they will do multiple different things. Like one thing I get asked a lot is it Star Wars? I don't really understand that one. It's funny, I don't really get like the is it Power Rangers question, which I expected to get a lot from people, but a lot of the times is it Star Wars? Is it Super Bowl? One guy asked me if it was Brass Knuckles, which is kind of strange, but that would be kind of funny if someone came to the store one day, just robbed something from us, and just take this and just and knock his lights out. But yeah, adults will ask like, oh, what is that? It's very pretty. What is that? And I like to change the rings up every day. Like, you know, one day I'll be flame, and then one day I'll be water, and then one day I'll be hurricane or infinity. Just to sort of switch things up. And I tell people like I wear them because I study and speak Japanese. I am learning to become an English teacher in Japan, so I like to express what I love to everyone around. I tell them what the show is, and plus it's fun to just, it's a good talking piece, because when people see it, and especially when I'm checking their items out, it's a good thing to, like, you know, just sort of distract them and be like, oh, what is that? And I can talk to them while I'm bagging their stuff. So it's pretty neat. And no one really notices that it's plastic. A lot of times, like, a lot of things that I get is like, man, you must be rich owning that jewelry right there, and like they're 100% serious. And I'm just like, I don't have the heart to be like, actually this was like $5 on like Kotetsu Japan, on like CD toys, CS toys. It's not a toy, you know, but it's really fun just to see people interested in Kamen Rider here in the States, because I don't really have anyone like that around my area. I mainly just meet up with people on Twitter and online, stuff like that. But seeing people like actually around you, talking about the things that you love, it's a pretty cool feeling. It really is. It's hard to get people into Tokusatsu because a lot of the times they think it's Power Rangers, and therefore they think that watching a kid's show is like embarrassing. A lot of those people watch anime, which I guess would be kind of like the same thing. I guess there's different types of anime, but the point is, and I just like to express myself. I express myself all the time. See, look, I'm wearing a Kamen Rider Girls shirt. There's literally nothing wrong with expressing yourself. You're just showing who you are and what you like to do, what you like to talk about, what you like to dabble in, and that's what I'm here to do. So yeah, a lot of adults think it's interesting. A lot of kids, oh my god, kids are the most adorable thing. I remember, this was like a month ago, there was a little girl that came in with her mom, and she saw I was wearing the Flame Dragon ring. I was checking out the lady's items, and the girl was like, you know how kids do when they like hide behind their mom a little bit, and they're like trying to peek out to see you, but they don't really want you to see them, so they're like, oh, she was doing that, and it was very quiet, I wasn't really saying anything, and I heard her whisper to her mom, she was like, Mommy, that man's a superhero. And I almost died. I was like, oh my god. Kids are the sweetest thing. Kids have, I think that moment in particular made me realize just how big of an imagination kids have. in comparison to their parents, that just made my day. Because it reminded me of Tokuder in a weird way. Just the imagination and just believing, like she actually believed that. You know, it's just so cool. I get to work somewhere and express what I love to people and receive that same love back, you know? And kids will all the time be like, oh, nice ring, cool ring, where's that from? Is that Power Rangers? I've gotten the Power Rangers question once from kids. Never from adults though. One adult called it Ultraman one time, which is kind of funny. But kids ask like, is that Power Rangers? And I'll be like, no, but it's close. I remember one kid asked me if I was a Power Ranger and I was like, shh, I can't give away my identity. And then the mom looked at me like I was crazy, because I mean, why wouldn't you? Grown men whispering to your child about whether he's a Power Ranger or not? Are you kidding me? But yeah, it's so fun. It really is. My job isn't. I wouldn't say I love my job. Well, actually, maybe I would. My job's all right. I love meeting people. That's something that I didn't really have the best experience in growing up. I mainly just stayed around my circle of friends, but meeting new people really is like helping me to grow a little bit, helping me to push myself out and I guess get out into the world really. So meeting new people and showing them my favorite suited, colorful superheroes. It's a really cool experience, a really cool feeling, and I hope they continue doing it. I always switch the rings out every day so that people can see the different ones and maybe ask new questions, because it's fun to answer questions about this sort of thing. So yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I don't know how to end this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of new format. I kind of want to do like a story time sort of segment that's kind of like this. This ended up being longer than I thought it was going to be, but hopefully it was enjoyable. So yeah, I'm working on new how I draw videos. I have a new Michael Jackson one that I have to record the audio for. And then I'm also going to do more Build and Pato Ranger, Lupin Pato Ranger, switch those around. And then there's also, at the time of this recording, we also have a new scan of Ultraman, the 2018 Ultraman. I'll probably put him right here, which is amazing. So when we get the design for that, I will draw that, and I'll probably talk about it too. But yeah, it's really exciting. I'm huge on Ultraman, as you already know, so that should be interesting to see. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll have more more videos for you guys soon, and I will see you guys in the next one.